Fundamentals of C. In fundamentals of C, the first concept is C tokens. Actually, tokens are the small words by which a computer can understand what we need or what we are instructing by the program. By using tokens, we can instruct the computer what it needs to do in the program. Okay, this is what tokens. We have 5 types of tokens in C language. One is keyword, and second identifier, constant, operators, and strings. These are the 5 tokens that we have in C language. The first token is keyword. These are the simple special words. Why we use them means, if we use a keyword, computer can understand what type of data it can execute. It declares the type of data, which type of data, whether it executes a number or characters, whatever it may be, that defined by the keyword. For example, if I want to declare a name, I will use a keyword char. This is the keyword char for which we use to declare a name. I will declare name in the program like this by using char keyword. Or otherwise, if I want to declare any number, I will use the keyword int. By using keyword int, we can execute numbers. For example, A. Okay, this is the way we use keywords in C language. C language supports 32 keywords. Next, identifiers. These are the words which we use to give name to the variables or functions or structures in the program. If you want to give name to the variable or a function, we will use identifiers. For example, if I want to declare a name, I will use identifier like this. Means I will to get name, I will use keyword char, and I will write identifier like this. And I will write for age int age. Here name and age are considered as identifiers. Means here I am giving a name to the variable, and here also I am giving a name to the variable. So that's why it is called as identifier. We have some rules while writing. We have to follow some rules while writing identifiers. Identifiers should start with letter or underscore or digit. Means identifier, we can write in the place of identifiers digits or letters, or it may starts with a underscore also. But we don't want to use keywords in the place of identifiers. Means as identifier we don't use keywords. Means for example, here I declared a int keyword, and here I written as a identifier double. We don't want to write like this. Why? Because double is a keyword. So this is wrong. And see here one more example, char. I declared a keyword char with the identifier struct. Means this is wrong. Why? Because struct is also a keyword. So we don't want to use keywords as identifiers. And the last rule is maximum size of identifier is up to 31 characters. We can declare identifiers up to 31 characters like this. See here I am declaring variable umbrella by using char keyword. Means we can declare identifiers up to 31 characters. Next, constants. While execution of a program, ante program execute అయ్యే టైంలో if you don't want to change a quantity, means you don't need a quantity to be changed while execution of a program, then you need to use the token constants. Means అంటే మన ప్రోగ్రాంలో ఏదైనా ఒక క్వాంటిటీ చేంజ్ అవ్వకూడదు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయ్యే టైంలో అనుకున్నప్పుడు మనం యూజ్ చేయాల్సిన టోకెన్ కాన్స్టాంట్స్. మనకు 5 టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ కాన్స్టాంట్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఇంటీజర్ కాన్స్టాంట్స్, ఫ్లోటింగ్ పాయింట్ కాన్స్టాంట్స్, క్యారెక్టర్ కాన్స్టాంట్స్, స్ట్రింగ్ కాన్స్టాంట్స్, హెక్సాడెసిమల్ కాన్స్టాంట్స్. Integer constants means we can take like this 0, 1, 250 integer constants. Floating points means pi value 3.14. We use pi value as 3.14. We can then use the token floating point constant. Next, character constant. If you want to define letter A or Z like this, then you use to character constant. String constant like hi friends, like this we can use constants. Next, variables. Variables are used to give or allot a name and a memory space. అంటే దేనికైనా ఒక నేమ్ కానీ మెమరీ స్పేస్ కానీ అలాట్ చేయాలంటే దెన్ యూ నీడ్ టు యూస్ వేరియబుల్స్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, I declared here int ijk. This declares or defines the compiler to create variables I, variable j and variable k, and ask to allot memory space for the variables. Okay, this gives the compiler to create ijk variables and also to allot a memory for them. I will take one more example. Char c means this instructs the compiler to create a variable c and also allot a memory space for it. Strings. If we arrange characters in a sequential order or a group of characters is called as strings. We can declare strings using double quotes. For example, this is the declaration of a string. Welcome to my Gnana Kendra YouTube channel. Within double quotes we need to enclose it. Okay, this is how we need to declare strings. Next, operators. Operators in C language, we use them to operate on data and variables. Actually, operators are symbols those instructs the computer to do operations. Operators అనేవి సింబల్స్ అన్నమాట. ఈ సింబల్స్ ద్వారా ఇవి కంప్యూటర్ని ఇన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేస్తాయి టు డూ సమ్ ఆపరేషన్స్. The values on which the operators work are called operands. For example, here if you see two examples, we have 5 plus 6 and 10 minus 3. Here 5, 6 are two values, those are called as operands. Why? Because here the plus operator, addition operator, is working on 5 and 6. So this plus is called as operator and these 5 and 6 are called as operands. Similarly, in 10 minus 3, 10 and 3 are called as operands and minus is called as subtraction operator. We have 7 types of operators in C language. Arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operators, bitwise operators, assignment operators, conditional operators, special operators. Arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators can do all fundamental calculations. Means we can add using this addition operator, we can subtract two values by using this operator, we can multiply and we can divide by using these arithmetic operators. Next, relational operators. By using relational operators, we can compare two values or two operands. Means if the two operands are equal, we use to check the two operands are equal, this operator we will use. If we need to check the operands are not equal, we need to use this operator. If you want to check greater than or less than also, we will use operators like this. To check the relation between the two operands, we use relational operators. Next, bitwise operators. They perform operations on bits. Here, decimal values are converted to binary values. Decimal values are converted to binary values, and these binary values will be in the form of bits on which bitwise operator will work. Here we have bitwise and bitwise OR operators. Next, assignment operators. Assignment operators. Example. Here, if you use this assignment operator, it will make that left operand is equal to the right operand. And when you use this assignment operator, here left operand is added to the right operand. Left operand is added to the right operand. When you use this operator, here right operand is subtracted from the left operand. When you use this multiplication assignment operator, left operand is multiplied with the right operand. And last, division assignment operator. Here the left operand is divided by right operand. This is all about operators. Conditional operators. They are also called as ternary operators. And the last one, special operators. It works mainly on variables. If you want to return the size of a variable, we use size of. If you need to show the address of a variable, we use this symbol. And if you want to point out or pointer to a variable, or flow control statements or looping statements. When we want to execute a group of statements or a statements continuously, we use a loop statement. అంటే a group of statements లేదా ఒక స్టేట్మెంట్ని కంటిన్యూస్గా ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయాలనుకుంటే మనం లూప్ స్టేట్మెంట్ని యూజ్ చేస్తాం. And also it is used when you need to execute multiple times a statement or a group of statements. Flow control statements. Among looping statements, we have flow control statements. Flow control statements are if, while, do while, if else, for, switch. All these flow control statements first check the condition and then decides to execute statements. Here, when we use if statement, it checks the condition and executes the statements which are given by us until when the condition becomes false. When the condition becomes false, it cannot execute. It exits the program. Next, if else. If else, if you use if else statement, first of all it checks the condition until it becomes false. When the condition becomes false, it jumps to the else statement and execute the statement in else. Jump statements. Break statement, go to statements are called as jump statements. When you use break statement in a program, here it stops the execution of loop and the execution will starts in the next statement. అంటే ఎప్పుడైతే మనం ప్రోగ్రాంలో బ్రేక్ స్టేట్మెంట్ యూజ్ చేస్తామో అక్కడ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ స్టాప్ అవుతుంది. అండ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ ఎక్కడ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది అంటే దాని తర్వాత ఉన్న స్టేట్మెంట్ దగ్గర ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. నెక్స్ట్, గో టు స్టేట్మెంట్స్. విత్ ఇన్ ఎ ఫంక్షన్ వీ కెన్ జంప్ ఎనీవేర్ యూజింగ్ గో టు స్టేట్మెంట్స్. అంటే ఒక ఫంక్షన్లో మనం ఎక్కడైనా జంప్ అవ్వచ్చు ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ని. by using goto statements. Friends, these are the some topics under programming languages concept. In the next video, I will explain functions, recursion, structures and unions, pointers and arrays, OOPS concept, polymorphism, at last inheritance and its types. నా వీడియో మీకు నచ్చినట్లయితే లైక్ చేయండి. మరిన్ని ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ విషయాలు అలాగే ప్రపంచంలో జరుగుతున్న విషయాలు తెలుసుకోవాలి అనుకుంటే మా ఛానల్ను సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోండి. పక్కనే ఉన్న బెల్ ఐకాన్ని ప్రెస్ చేయండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ.